little with me in terms of winter clothing. It was mid-February, and I got in the car, and it might even have been Bullet who was on the air, said the wind chill was 77 degrees below zero, and all I had was just...
Somebody on the telephone right now. Jeff McKee. How you doing, Jeffer?
Oh, fantastic. And to hear Bullet Bob Lang.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a while, guy.
Bullet and I used to play so much tennis.
That's where
that's where he got his name Bullet, was from that unbelievable left-handed tennis swing.
I had this the shot that was for the money shot or for the drink shot, and whenever I needed to blow you away, Jeffy, I just used the bullet shot, and you were gone. That was it.
I know. Unbelievable. And I'll bet you're still tall and lean these days, huh?
Well, tall, lean, and handsome.
Yeah,
that's the way you got to think of Bob Lang. You know, you haven't seen me in a long time, but think of like an Arnold Schwarzenegger. Same type of body, same look.
Well, and
that kind of thing.
And it's a good look, I know. We always
and just a little more hair, too.
You know, we were talking here, and a lot of people don't remember this. Maybe that's, how good it was. But remember you did a record?
Oh, sure.
For Bang Records?
Evil Boll Weevil.
Evil Boll Weevil.
That was him?
Yeah.
That was Jeff
kidding?
McKee. Yeah.
Hey, Jeff.
It was Snake River Canyon over the Chattahoochee River. I moved up to Minneapolis. I'm originally from the Midwest, and it was wonderful for me to be able to move back to my home area. And I had been in Atlanta when Evel Knievel jumped over the Snake River Canyon back in 74. And down in Atlanta, just for a goof, one day, we put together this thing for Evel Knievel, but it was Evil Boll Weevil because we were in the South, and all the amazing people down there who had I think 29 streets in the city of Atlanta named Peachtree. So we had Ed Peachtree, who was the voice of it, and Ed was actually sounded an awful lot like Ed Sullivan, who passed away the fall of 1974, and immediately every radio station in the United States, out of respect for Ed Sullivan, took the record off the radio, and we sold about 100,000 copies of it. I had a new Mercedes-Benz ordered, and had to cancel the order because Ed passed away and everybody took it off. I was kind of like the Von Meter of the 70s. Remember Von Meter?
Oh, sure,
yeah. First family
and David
record.
Fry. Remember David Fry?
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, he did the Nixon, the Nixon version of
that.
Yeah. Right.
Well, now, like Paul Harvey would say, Jeff, we know the rest of the story.
Yeah, moved up. I remember the first night I was on KDWB, and I had been living in Atlanta, and I brought very little with me in terms of winter clothing. It was mid-February, and I got in the car, and it might even have been Bullet who was on the air, said the wind chill was 77 degrees below zero, and all I had was just a winter coat, no gloves, no scarf, no hat, no nothing, and came out there to the farm. Now the station's moved in the last few years, correct?
Not only moved, but the building that we used to be in with those 6 gigantic towers is torn down.
Wow.
Well, the building is still there. The towers are down.
The towers are down. And is the pizza place right down on 12?
No, gone a long time ago.
Oh,
Captain Jack's, that's gone.
Well, I just, happy birthday to KDWB. It was one of the great radio experiences of my life, and I fly through Minneapolis, St. Paul every once in a while, and always have wonderful thoughts. And, over my radio travels in the last few years, every once in a while, I'll get on the radio, and my real name is Jeff McKee, and I've always used that, and I'll get somebody, and they'll say, hey, I remember you from KDWB back in the mid-'70s, and it's just wonderful to hear the voice of the radio station, Bob Lang, and all you guys having a great time. Happy birthday.
Hey, thanks. Before you go, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
The thing I remember about you at KDWB was, remember when you'd start up the record as soon as you get done talking in the talk set, you'd start reading the novel?
Well, I was trying to improve my mind, and now I'm sitting out here in Boston in this educated part of the United States where everybody is proud of me because I read so much.
Well, that's good. And it was fine and dandy with me because you and I would switch shifts, but when you asked me to come in and do the segues so we could get to Chapter 4, that's when I started disliking it. Good talking to you, Jeff.
At least it was not Chapter 11.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, let's get back to some tunes here. Let's hit Motown, all right? All right. I'm looking down the list of guests we have coming up here. Coming up here, probably around noon, TDB, True Don Bleu, and so many other voices you'll remember from KDWB 63. Chuck Buell's in the other room. He'll be in here shortly. And later, returning to accept his Lifetime Achievement Award posthumously, Jackson Ross.
Walk it all the way up.
All right.
Here we go.
KDWB. KDWB celebrating 35 years of radio history. Chris Roberts and Bob Lang and Mark Anderson. And coming up here later on today, along with Don Bleu returning to Twin City Radio, it's going to be the long-awaited return of Bobby Wild. He's going to be back in here. Bobby, I guess, is going to have the translation of the actual real words to Louie Louie. He'll share with those a little later on this afternoon. And, of course, we're remembering for you the 7 swinging gentlemen of 63 and so many others with 35 years of today's best music. And I guess, golly, Bob and Mark, we're apparently this season's boys of October. We won't be hearing the crack of the bat again till Tanya Harding gets reorganized.
Bang.
You like my shirt here today?
I love your shirt.
Yeah, this is one of those circa 1974 KDWB.
Nice
sounds
cartoon
like
on
a
it.
bitch T-shirts. Yeah, it's
Sounds
very
like a
politically
what?
correct.
What? What?
You can't say that on the radio.
And one time, boy, we've seen a lot of program directors come and go, haven't we?
That was, we did see a lot of program directors come and go, and that, the Sounds Like a Bitch program promotion was probably one of the most popular promotions in radio at the particular time. Everybody was wearing a T-shirt like that. We even had patches made. And we started off promotion because we didn't want to say bitch on the air, and people got upset about it. And then we told them how it was spelled. It was B-I-C-H. And then
That makes it all right.
It was cool after that, yeah. But one of the program directors, can we mention his name?
Certainly.
Buzzy Bennett, who was in town and came to revamp KDWB and actually did quite a good job getting us back up in the ratings race. Had a motivator that I've never seen on any, and never seen any other program director. You know, he can use money as a motivator. He can use, the drugs and the women and the liquor.
All that usual stuff.
All that usual stuff. But Buzzy, the first day Buzzy came to town, and True Down Blue and I and Rob Sherwood were in a meeting with the new program director, and Buzzy was giving us a lesson on how to say the call letters. KDWB. But he did it while he was waving it had to be about a 42-inch Bowie knife underneath Drew's and my and Rob's nose, right? And you can believe me that we did start saying the call letters the correct Buzz Bennett way after that. And I remember as soon as we got done with the meeting, we closed the door, and Rob and I and Blue looked at each other and said,
it's about time to start sending those tapes out.
He went away, and you hung around and bothered me every night. And when I wouldn't go out with you, you said things that weren't very nice. My boyfriend's back, and you're gonna be in trouble. Hey, la, my boyfriend's back. See him coming, better cut out on the double. Hey, la, my boyfriend's back. You've been spreading lies that I was untrue. December 11th. Big concert. Gonna be fun.
Bullet Bob Lang reminding you to be sure to join KDWB's John London this Saturday night for the Party Zone live on KDWB at the Bird Nightclub in Maplewood.
You know, John's going to be there broadcasting from 9 to 1, and he'll have tons of cool KDWB prizes to hand out.
For more information, call the KDWB Fun Phone at 340-1013. And more of KDWB's 35th anniversary reunion continues next on KDWB.
This Halloween, the monsters are coming.
Okay, we're going to crash this party.
I know, boss. Keep quiet, mind my manners, and no terrorizing helpless maidens.
Right.
Okay, that's my word.
Good evening.
Come on in. Hey, great costume.
Thanks. It's just something I dug up.
Help yourself to the munchies.
Oh, look, boss. Pepsi and Doritos tortilla chips.
Maybe I will have a bye. Make sure and keep your party monsters spellbound with plenty of Pepsi and Doritos tortilla chips. Get your claws on both and save 50 cents on Hershey's candy.
Great party, huh?
Yeah. Ooh, check out the girl in the mommy costume.
Ooh, she looks like my type.
Yeah, all positive.
For a truly twisted Halloween, grab plenty of Pepsi and Doritos tortilla chips and save 50 cents on Hershey's candy. For details, see coupons in Pepsi and Doritos packages.
So, Chicky baby, what do you say we go back to my place and hang around?
Ooh, he's got to get out more often.
Used to be a time when people never got lost in a grocery store. You could walk in and know where everything was. It was big enough to get just what you wanted, but small enough to make you feel welcome. At Super Value, we've sort of hung on to that kind of feeling with our stores. And if you do happen to have trouble finding that one brand of tomatoes in the small can, you won't have any trouble finding people who will show you the way. And those same people will make your checkout quick, bag your groceries for you, and always offer to help get them to your car. We also have everyday good prices and weekly specials to make you feel comfortable, too. So as we like to say, don't waste time, don't waste money. Come to Super Value, where the values of the past aren't forgotten.
Starting tomorrow at Super Value, Mardi Gras 120-count napkins or single-roll Mardi Gras towels just $2 for $1. And 9-roll packages of Charmin Big Squeeze or Ultra Jumbo White Bath Tissue only $3.69. Super Value. Don't waste time, don't waste money.
Today's topic, the sack. And just exactly how many White Castles does it take to make one? Existential question. Does one White Castle hamburger placed neatly inside a beautiful White Castle bag constitute a sack? Existential answer. No way, Jose. Come on, man. Negative on the single burger scene. I mean, we're talking sackage here, man. Sack Central. Mankind's original value meal. We're talking a large quantity of steam-grilled White Castle hamburgers for a little more than small change. But the big question is, how many White Castles does it take to make up said sack? I mean, is it 6, 8, 7, or, switch gears here with me, is the concept of said sack numberless? Hey, I don't know about you guys, but all this ponderous thought is making me hungry, brother man. And lucky for us, White Castle has the killer deal on a sack, thank you, of burgers. A sack of 10 for just $3.49. Whoa, ho, ho. Does that mean that 10 White Castles now makes a sack? Or does that just mean that $3.49 is a really great price? Hey, stop pondering and start eating, baby. Get a sack of 10 for just $3.49. Cheese extra. White Castles. What you crave.
You know that Levitt's sale you told me about yesterday?
Levitt's 28-hour sale?
I missed it. I had unexpected guests.
You didn't miss it. Go today, Saturday from 10 to 9, or Sunday from noon to 6.
But it won't be a 28-hour sale anymore.
What's the difference? All regular prices will still be reduced 28% on everything in stock.
Levitt's will still give me 28% off everything?
Everything. And they'll still let you pay no money down and make no payments until January 1995, and no finance charges if you pay it off by the January due date.
So even though it wasn't Levitt's fault that I missed all day yesterday, they're still going to give me 28% off?
Of course.
Oh, that's nice of them.
Yes, but you do have to hurry in today or tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
You'll love it at Levitt's.
18% APR, minimum 50 cents. Finance charge will accrue, but account will be credited if paid by the January due date.
You know, all week long, I go to meetings. But there's one I actually look forward to. My Sunday morning breakfast meeting with my 2 girls. We make Bisquick pancakes. Of course, we try to keep the noise down to a dull roar so Mom can sleep in, but unfortunately, pots and pans are not your quietest household items. Anyway, everyone's got their own jobs. Let's see, my oldest daughter's in charge of the batter, my youngest in charge of the table, and me, I'm, of course, in charge of quality control. Our Bisquick pancakes are always light and fluffy. My daughters always bet to see how many I can eat, and it always looks like a bomb went off in our kitchen. You know, life being what it is, I can't spend a huge amount of time with my kids, but I know it's the little things they'll remember.
Bisquick pancakes, a tradition in the making.
Feeling good. The new KDWB FM 101.
Chris Roberts right here. KDWB's been playing today's best music for 35 years. It was as a kid growing up in Iowa because of the national reputation for this radio station, KDWB. The reputation it earned, its excellence, tradition for fun and flair, and real radio showbiz that I wanted to someday become part of the KDWB family. And why? Now, as an instructor at Brown Institute, my students also want to one day work at legendary KDWB.
Well, East Coast girls are hit by really dig those styles they wear. And the Southern girls with the way they talk, they knock me out when I'm down there. The Midwest farmers' daughters really make you feel alright. And the Northern girls with the way they kiss, they keep their boyfriends warm at night. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California girls. The West Coast has the sunshine and the girls all get so tan. I dig a French bikini on Hawaiian Island by a palm tree in the sand. I've been all around this great big world and I've seen all kind of girls. Yeah, but I couldn't wait to get back in the States, back to the cutest girls in the world. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California
KDWB celebrating 35 years of radio history. Miles of memories. And my girl, here's a Tim.
on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. I guess you say what can make me feel this way, my girl.
63 to 101.3. Celebrating 35 years of playing the hits. KDWB FM, Richfield, St. Paul, Minneapolis.
Here we go again. Here we go again. More music, more fun, more swinging, more number one. KDWB, Channel 63.
41 degrees on the Jackson Ross program.
Hi, Mommy, listen to KDWB.
KDWB, Radio 63.
KDWB, St. Paul, Minneapolis, are the fury of constant winners. 12 o'clock midnight, and I'm Bob Lang.
Rock of the Twin Cities. KDWB.
KDWB with a flight of the Cosmic Phoenix. I'll tell you, if days like today came
5 o'clock, I am the true Don Bleu.
KDWB.
Hello, Twin Cities. Cadillac Jack in with 12 in a row. Your boy wonder. Greg Thunder stuck to the air chair.
The Twin Cities Hot Rockin'. KDWB.
101.3 KDWB. It's me, John London.
Almost the weekend. Friday afternoon with Michael Knight.
KDWB is me, Tony Fly.
KDWB.
Jerry Dixon, you jamming the bot.
KDWB, Retimes to Estopoulos Music. Let's do it.
35 years of radio history.
Nobody plays more music. KDWB.
Back to the hits. What do you say, huh? We got Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels. Let's hear
You
another
do that
tune,
very
huh?
well.
Oh, thank you very
You've done
much.
this before.
We gotta keep the
You're
tunes
just showing
going
off
here.
for the kids in Brown, though, aren't you?
Music must keep going. The ratings of this station are dropping faster than O.J. Simpson's bank balance.
Looking mighty now, here she comes. Wearing a wig hat and shades to match. Got a high-heeled shoes and an alligator hat. Wearing a pearls and a diamond ring. Got bracelets on her finger now and everything. Devil with the blue dress on. She's the devil with the blue dress on. Lord have mercy. Devil with the blue dress on. Devil with the blue dress on. Hey, wearing a perfume Chanel number 5. Got to be the finest girl alive. You walk real cool, catches everybody's eye. Got to be nervous, I can't say hi. Not too skinny, she's not too fat. She's a real bum singer and I like her like that. Devil with the blue dress on. She's the devil with the blue dress on. Hey, I say now, devil with the blue dress on. Yeah, the devil with the blue dress on. Good golly, Miss Miley. Oh, yeah, so like a ball. Yeah, yeah, golly, Miss Miley. You so like a ball. Anybody in the evening, don't you hear your mama call? From the early morning to the early night. Stephen Dolly rocking at the hospital light. Good golly, Miss Miley. You sure like a ball. Oh yeah, you're rocking and you're rolling. Can't you hear your mama call? Wearing a pearl and a diamond ring. Got bracelets on her finger now and everything. Devil with the blue dress on. The devil with the blue dress on. I love that devil with the blue dress. All right, gonna sock it to me now. Got to jump up now.
Today's best music, 101.3 KDWB, celebrating 35 years of radio history. Bullet Bob Lang here, Chris Roberts, Mark Anderson. And, you know, before we take our turn and leave here, guys, I think we should thank the management, the program director of KDWB for inviting us here.
Wasn't it fabulous?
You know, it's really...
Hey, we're not leaving.
You're not leaving
Oh, not leaving yet? We got to keep on going? Okay.
They'll drag us out of here kicking and screaming.
This is, actually a program director's answer to what you do on the weekend. It's
Get a bunch of old jocks together and turn
instead
them
of
loose.
doing songs that begin with vowels done by people that have traveled through the Twin Cities weekend, we're doing the 35 years of radio history.
Well, we've got a song coming up here next by the Mckees, and of course the Mckees were the marching band that the marching band took the field. But the players took the field, but the marching band refused to yield. That's what it was all about. That was in Don McLean's American Pie. And, of course, the players were the actors that were the studio group, the Mckees, who in 1966 became such a big thing on television. And immediately, The Last Train to Clarksville hit. And they eventually had, like, the #1 song of 1967, I believe it was, I'm a Believer. Well, KDWB, the tradition of always getting the great groups and bringing them to town. We brought the Beatles here in 1965, had to have the Mckees here in 1967, had them over at the St. Paul Civic Center, but before we got them over to the Civic Center, what we did was we created Secret City on the 7th floor of the Cap Towers, and nobody knew where it was. We kept it a secret, and we moved the entire radio station to the 7th floor of the Cap Towers over there, and there the Mckees broadcast did something very much the same as this, cutting up on the radio and playing the tunes and remembering things they'd done. And Secret City, of course, was later discovered somehow. The kids discovered it, and there was a riot down there on the lower level, but the concert was such a hit that night. And the Mckees, of course, are a big part of musical history as much as KDWB is a part of radio history. The Mckees, Mckee and Davey and Mike Nesmith and Peter Tork, who I believe has family down in Faribault. The Torkelsons down there.
Jimmy and the Osmonds
and Chrissy and Buffy.
Okay, these are the Mckees at KDWB.
I thought love was only true in fairy tales, and for someone else, but not for me. Our love was out to get me. That's the way it seemed. Disappointment haunted all my dreams. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. I thought love was more or less a given thing. Seems the more I gave, the less I got. What's the use in trying? All you get is pain. When I needed sunshine, I got rain. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. Love was out to get me. No, that's the way it seemed. Disappointment haunted all my dreams. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. Yes, I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in just need help, girl. Well, you think you're gonna find yourself a little piece of paradise, but it ain't happened yet. So, girl, you better think twice. Don't you see, no matter what you do, you'll never run away from you. And if you keep on running, you'll have to pay the price. And don't it seem like it's just keep getting harder to find? And all your kids ain't bringing you peace of mind. Before you find out it's too late, girl, you better get straight. No, you don't need kicks to help you face the world each day. That road goes nowhere. I'm gonna help you find yourself another way. It's just keep getting harder to find. And all your kids ain't bringing you peace of mind. Before you find out it's too late, girl, you better get straight. Don't it seem like it's just keep getting harder?
KDWB, celebrating 35 years of radio history. Bob Lang and Mark Anderson, Chris Roberts right here, and Sam Sherwood. We're all kind of gathered around the microphone here talking about some of the stunts that KDWB has pulled over the years and some of the promotions. And
We're talking about the KDWB Drag Festival, the River
Drag
Raft Race, and I think the biggest mamu of all was the giant KDWB Christmas cookie
And
that
we-
just exploded into something national.
we want to hear about it.
It
Here's
was
Sam
really
with the
something.
story.
Here's the guy that
put the whole
did
thing
it.
together.
Yep.
Let's see. My mind escapes me. What was this again? No. No, we started out. I remember we wanted a big promotion for Christmas, and I said, well, let's bake cookies. And so I said, I tell you what, let's pay $63 for the a pound for the largest cookie. And Don French says, nah. He said, we're going to get a cookie that's probably 10 pounds and, $680. He said, geez, man. So I said, well, I tell you what, let's do $6.30. He says, oh, no, geez. He says, so finally we started off, and our first cookie came in, and it was 80 pounds. I called up Don. I said, wow, this 80-pound cookie came from the St. Cloud Reformatory, and the inmates baked it, and it came down on a truck. And I said, oh, my God, that's the biggest one. Well, we'll announce it's an 80-pound cookie. Well, the next day, a 240-pound cookie came in, and they just kept getting bigger and bigger. And the deadline came, and finally, I got a call from Bethel College, and the kid said, we got it up over 2,000 pounds. I said, are you kidding me?
Now, remember, these things, it had to be edible, right? I mean, that was the whole deal. You couldn't fake it or anything.
No,
you had to,
this had to be all edible. And finally, I said the deadline, so they went and they weighed the truck, and then they came back and loaded the cookie on it and brought it to the weigh-in. And they wheeled that cookie. They were frosting it down 9th Street by the Fauché Tower. And they came in, and I called Don, and I said, Don, we got a 2,300-pound cookie at, he says, oh, my God. So the next day, we were trying to keep it secret from the home office in L.A., and it hit the front page of the L.A. Times, the cookie and Don French's picture. And they called and immediately fired Don. Don called me, and I said, Don, I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit. It was my idea. I'm done. I'm gone. I won't show up tomorrow. He says, no. He says, I'll resign. Well, eventually, that cookie laid in the rotunda at Shoppers City at the time of Kennedy's death.
And people would go by this thing, and it was like in reverence. Like they were looking, they were almost afraid to take a pit. There was no talking or point. There was a lot of pointing.
Yeah,
but
it
there
was a
no
legend laying
It was
there.
mostly ooh.
Yeah, and then finally I got a call from the Gary Moore I've Got a Secret show, and the kid that baked the cookie, he was flown to New York, and the cookie was picked up by a big cargo plane. And they took it to New York, and the thing was on national television, and finally wound up, they dumped it in Hudson Bay.
Right.
That was it. But that was jobs lost, bodies flying, blood draining.
What a promotion, though.
Fabulous. Yeah. Great. Excellent. Our tribal storyteller, Sam Sherwood, right there. And wasn't it great of gray-haired old Lou Waters, Rieger, to show up? Flew here from Atlanta on the airline for the elderly in Continental. Thank you, Lou.
Here's Sam and Dave.
And the hits just keep on coming. Remember 2020, what was that, 2020
triple plays?
Yeah, fun stuff. Mark Anderson and Bob Lang and Harley Worthett right here about ready to surrender the microphone to a voice you'll no doubt remember from back in the early 70s. Chuck Buell, he's a hip-hop happening in the house kind of dude, now part of the #1 program in the country, the Federal Witness Protection Program.
I'm only going to do this once, so everybody pay attention. What's the word? It's the bird. What's the word? The bird. We have a nice cold bottle of the bird.
Till midnight, stay get parties driving by limo getting free Saturday nights. So join me, John London, at The Bird for the KDWB Party Zone Live. The Bird, 2 blocks south of 694 on White Bear Avenue.
You think of any more reasons?
What's the word? It's the bird. What's the word? The bird.
See me sometime.
What's the word?
In a perfect world, you'd have top eye doctors, your favorite contacts, and sharp, stylish eyeglasses. The place would be called America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses, and $39.99. Only $39.99 gets you OSI Daily Wear soft contacts, or even 2. Yes, 2 beautiful pair of eyeglasses, including single vision lenses. And of course, the eye exam is included. And of course, the name is America's Best. Located in St. Cloud, Edina, Roseville, Blaine, and Burnsville. Call 920-1500 and get contacts or 2 pair of eyeglasses complete, including the eye exam. Call the following number for an appointment and have it all. 920-1500. 920-1500.
Nintendo Power Fest 94 is coming to Walmart in Vadnais Heights this weekend. Come down and try your video skills in the Power Fest competition, held all day, all weekend long. This is your chance to try for a shot to go to the Nintendo World Championships. Qualifying rounds will be played on 3 Nintendo titles: Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, Super Mario Kart, and Ken Griffey Jr. presents Major League Baseball. Every participant gets a Nintendo Stereogram poster, and every round winner gets a Nintendo Power Fest baseball cap. Qualifying rounds will be held 10 to 8 on Saturday and 10 to 6 on Sunday, with the top 8 scores of the weekend returning for the finals on Sunday at 3. The winner of the finals will win a trip for 2 to SeaWorld in San Diego, California to compete in the Nintendo World Championships. It's all happening this weekend at Walmart. 850 East County Road E in Vadnais Heights, your neighborhood Nintendo headquarters. Test your video power at PowerFest 94.
And join me, Michael Knight, Sunday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at PowerFest.
There we were, about to choose the ring I'd wear forever, and neither of us knew the first thing about buying a diamond.
At Hellsberg Diamonds, we realize selecting a bridal set is a once-in-a-lifetime decision. That's why our sales associates help you understand the qualities that make each diamond unique.
I was kind of nervous until Kevin, our salesperson, came over. We sat down with him in a private room, and he even showed us how to look at diamonds under the gem scope, so we could really see the quality.
Hellsberg Diamonds wants you to make a well-informed decision, one you'll be happy with for the rest of your life.
We got to know diamonds, and Kevin got to know us. We still stop by to see him every time we're at the mall. We've become friends.
Hellsberg Diamonds. Hellsberg Value.
Northtown, Ridgedale, Rosedale, Southdale, Brookdale, and Mall of America.
KDWB celebrating 35 years of radio history. This is Mark Anderson along with Barry McKenna.
Can I say it just one time?
Yes.
KDWB.
Don't you just love it?
Oh, God, that feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, again, after all these years.
Wow.
Still crazy. We were going to talk about something every radio station should have at least every 20 years, and that's a fire. And in 1969, KDWB burned down. This is out in Woodbury at the original studio out there on Highway 12 and Radio Drive. And I remember it because I was due to be on the air that night at 6 o'clock. Ron Block was working the afternoon shift on Sunday. And the way we understand it is that Ron smelled something.
Ron was always
and
smelling
Jack
something.
Walsh, the engineer, was out in the tower fields taking tower readings because he just switched power for the nighttime array.
Right.
And he went over into the in the transmitter room, and he saw smoke kind of circling around the ceiling over there. Like a true jock that he is, he went back and segued into the 2020 triple play jingle record without, breaking format. And then he investigated some more. And then he found out that, hey, we're on fire. This is no kidding. Somebody called the fire department. And he put on Na Na Hey Hey Kiss 'Em Goodbye by Steam.
Which was so apropos, wasn't it?
Yes, and that was it. That was the fire.
Now, if I remember right,
What fire?
What fire?
What are you guys talking about?
By the way, this
Here's
is
True Down Blue.
True Down Blue. I'm Barry McKenna. You may know me by Barry Seward. Maybe you won't from years.
I know,
a
and I
plethora
worked
of
with you.
stations after this. But yeah, I remember you called me, Mark. I think you called me and told me that the station was on fire. I said the station's on fire, and we drove out there. I think you were due on the air, weren't you?
Well,
later on?
I just lived down in St. Paul, just down the road at the time. So, I was there quickly. Rob Sherwood actually saw the flame, or saw the smoke and trucks, and he was nearby. So it was like a reunion. Everybody's there just watching the place burn down.
Well, as a matter of fact, you guys don't know this, and I was going to try to find it. It's somewhere in a storage room out in Egan where I live now. But I've got some super...
Whereabouts in Egan?
In the lower class area. I've got some Super 8 old movie that I have to transfer to videotape of you guys and me and Robbie Baby Sherwood right after the fire.
Cleaning up
and running through this thing, and the ceiling's hanging down, and it's just incredible.
That night, the Bob Reed, who didn't have a private pilot's license, but he told everyone he did, flew a bunch of company people down to Gates Radio in Peoria, Illinois to pick up a new transmitter, and they hauled it back by trailer. They ripped Barry's office apart and put the transmitter back there.
Right.
And then we were on the air. That was a Sunday night was the fire, and I think we were on the air on Tuesday morning.
Yeah, everybody showed up. Everybody helped to clean up. We had one guy, who's that... Fred Constance. Fred Constance was sort of the little butt kisser of the president.
Freddie.
Of the president at the time. Nobody ever
he
knew
bought
what he
sandwiches
did.
and coffee for everybody.
What he normally wore, though, was a three-piece suit at all times. So we said we're going to clean up the station. Everybody come in and get ready because everybody's going to work. We're pushing brooms and everything. So dress, put on your grungiest clothes and come down. So Fred showed up the next morning. He's got like a cashmere jacket instead of the three-piece suit and an ascot on. Ready to sweep. Go sweeping, Fred.
I can remember going back in the transmitter room with the chief engineer was Bill Dorweiler.
Yeah.
Remember Bill? One day he used to have hair that was greased back, you know, like a biker or something.
Right.
And then one day, about 1969, he showed up like he had a Beatle wig on. You remember
Sure,
that? He had
yeah.
his haircut like a Beatle
dry
wig.
look.
Anyway, I remember going back in the transmitter room after the fire, about the night after, the day after, and taking pictures of it. And the needles on the transmitter were melted to the transmitter
in there.
because of the
Yeah.
fire. Just incredible.
And when they finally hauled that Gates B5 out of there, they hauled it out through the roof and rather unceremoniously dropped it out in the parking lot. So right now, in honor of this, in fact, Barry's got the original record
I've got
right
the
here.
record right here. I came out to the station right after the fire and grabbed it off the turntable there.
This is it. This is Steam.
Isn't that ironic? Huh? Hey, kiss him goodbye on KDWB. Say Barry Seward, but it is, I guess, for now, Barry McKenna celebrating 35 years of radio history. I got True Down Blue to the left of me and Chuck Buell to the right of me. How you doing, guys? KDWB.
Good sense, innocence, crippling mankind. Dead kings, many things I can't define. Old Occasions, buzz, wagons, butter your mind. In the sense of compliments, the color of time. Who cares what games we choose? Little to win, but nothing to lose. In the sense of compliments, meaningless nouns. Turn on, tune in, turn your eyes around. Look what you saw, look what you saw. Yeah, yeah. Look what you saw, look what you saw. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tutor by the cockeyed world in two. Throwing you by the one side is the least you can do. Beatniks and politics, nothing is new. A yardstick for lunatics, one point of view. Who cares what games we choose? Little to win, but nothing to lose. Good sense, innocence, cripple mankind. Dead kings and many things I can define. Occasions pass, weapons clutter your mind. In the sense of governments, the color of time. Who cares what games we choose? Little to win, but nothing to lose. Incense, peppermint, incense, peppermint.
Celebrating 35 years of radio history. KDWB, hi, Barry McKenna here with True Don Bleu and Chuck Buell. Chuck Buell, the man that fired me from KDWB on New Year's Day, 1973. Put her there, buddy.
And Happy New Year once again. I think that's probably the best thing that Chuck ever did.
Well, you know, it's just a thing. That's the way you feel about it.
What are you doing now, Barry?
Absolutely nothing, and that's why I had the time to come over here.
Still doesn't have a job.
Chuck, you flew in from Chicago, man.
That's right.
Good to see you.
And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. We'd like to know a little bit about you for our files. We'd like to help you learn to help yourself. Look around you, all you see are sympathetic eyes. Stroll around the grounds until you feel at home. And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hiding in a hiding place where no one ever goes. Put it in your pantry with your cupcakes. It's a little secret, just the Robinsons' affair. Most of all, you got to hide it from the kids. Cuckoo-cuckoo, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Sitting on a sofa on a Sunday afternoon. look at did she lose? Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? Our nation turns its lonely eyes to you. Ooh, what's that you say, Mrs. Robinson? Jolton Joe has left and gone away. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Solid Rock, KDWB. Watch it. I was born in a crossfire hurricane, and I howled at my morning driving rain. But it's alright. In fact, it's a gas, but it's alright. I'm jumping jack flash, it's a gas, gas, gas. I was raised by a toothless spinning head. I was schooled with a strap right across my back. But it's alright. In fact, it's the gas, but it's alright. I'm jumping jack flash, it's a gas, gas, gas. I was drowned, I was washed off and left for dead. I fell down to my feet and I saw they bled. And yeah, I drowned, and the crumbs I've across my bread. Yeah, 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 I was drowned with a spike right through my head. Yeah, but it's alright. Back is the gas, but it's alright. I'm jumping jack flash, it's a gas, gas, gas. Jumping jack flash, it's a 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 gas. Jumping jack
KDWB, Rolling Stones, they'll be in town. They're playing at the, let's see, I think they're playing at the Met, aren't they? At
Jesus,
the,
I think so.
In Bloomington.
And I think it's Met Stadium.
Yeah, they're playing at Met Stadium
That's
in
what it
Bloomington.
is.
I hope
Yeah.
you got good seats.
I remember your voice.
I've got
so
one of the
well.
good seats. You know that? I got it at home. It's in my living room.
After all these
This
years.
is Barry McKenna with True Down Blue and Chuck Buell. I just got to say, I grew up, in St. Louis Park. And like growing up in St. Louis Park as a little bitty kid to still a little bitty man
Are you
that
Jewish?
I am. No, I'm not.
Oh, just checking.
But I had a lot of friends in the park, and as a matter of fact, I remember listening to like Lou Riegert, and it was a pleasure to meet Sam Sherwood today. and always wishing I could work at KDWB. It was like a dream, come true. And then it happened, And always compared. We're talking about other radio stations, Ouija, WDGY to KDWB.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the comparisons with? Can we say it?
Yeah.
Johnny
Canton.
There you go. But over at Ouija, they always wore the suits and the ties, and as a matter of fact, for a while I think they had Nehru jackets. The KDWB was like the tough guys on the street.
You know what, though? We ended up in Nehru jackets also. We all had.
Did we?
When I first got there, they bought everybody a Nehru jacket. Mine was blue, and it had. Now we were just talking about this the other night because I had a blue. It's like the shiny stuff, and I had the cuffs that hung out. The little ruffles.
Oh, really?
That I actually pinned in there. What a.
How nice!
Yeah.
You were so trendy at the time.
It was such an attractive outfit. I couldn't stand it. No, but I saw a picture the other day where I'm emceeing something down at was it Mr. Lucky? What was on Lake Street?
Mr. Lucky.
Mr. Lucky. But then it was something else afterwards. What did it become after Mr.
Unlucky,
Lucky's?
I don't
Yeah. Anyway, I'm down there, and I am wearing plaid bell bottoms, platform blue and white shoes.
Remember those?
A red, white, and blue scarf around my neck, and a blue shirt with a collar that was about 74 inches long.
This was part of that Edwardian look that they had.
The foppish look.
But what's funny is, and every era will have this, the Nehru suit, and I remember it well too because it was such a trend-setting thing. I remember Johnny Carson coming out once wearing a Nehru suit, and to me at that time I said, "That's it, I have to have one."
Yeah.
And I actually had to go. I mean, this is how ahead of the time I was. I had to go have one made. It's the only suit I ever went to a tailor to have. It's a Nehru suit. Mine, like yours, and I used to wear the white turtleneck because that was very hip.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Nehru jacket. And I had the hugest big gold medallion, the Sammy Davis Jr. medallion that would go around, and you could tell time with it. It was like Big Ben swinging around.
I bet you look slick, man.
Oh, yeah. And I have my picture, too, and I think it's with Tommy James and the Shondells. And
really?
It's hard to tell which one of us was the hippest for the room.
The reason I brought that whole dress thing up was that KDWB, though, always was like the guys that really got into the music.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you agree?
That's
It was
absolutely
always
true.
that's why I wanted to work there.
We were
You'll
there.
like
We
it.
were
You'll
there,
like
and
it.
WDGY, you're right, was sort of the corporate station. They were the corporate rock and rollers, and we were the renegades.
Do you and we're talking about them, but it's kind of fun. I remember the story you're talking about suits and all that the rumor was that when they went in on a day off, even to pick up a paycheck, they had to wear a coat and tie to get through the front door.
Let's slam Ouija!
Yeah, right. Well, we did then. Why not now?
Well, the good news, the good news is there a WDGY anymore?
No,
I think not.
it's-
Is there a KDWB?
Yes, there you are.
That's right.
How long has it been here?
Forever.
A long time.
How long is it?
I think 35 some years.
Unbelievable. Well, then
By the way,
let's celebrate.
we want to give a lot of credit to Tom Gary and Mark Bulkey, the program director here at KDWB, as well as Mark Coleman. They're the guys behind the scenes at this great radio station of 1994 that to help put all this folder together.
Look out, here it comes.
Yeah,
Barry,
I
don't
just
blow
like
this.
it, and of course I owe them all money, but that's okay.
Don't blow this, Barry.
Okay, KDWB. I have to talk a little better
That's
and
not
hit
the
the
Buzz
post now.
Bennett way.
Judy in the sky. Well, that's what you are. A lemonade pie with a brand new car. Cantaloupe eyes come to me tonight. Judy in the sky with glasses. Keep wearing your bracelets and your new round across your heart.
101.3 KDWB. Where this weekend you won't hear the usual programming.
Presently at 41 degrees on the Jackson Ross program, here's Johnny Rivers.
No, we haven't changed format.
KDWB, and I'm Chuck Buell. I got the music, and I got the money, and I got the winners.
We're celebrating our 35th anniversary.
From Channel 63 to 101.3.
You'll hear all the music and some disc jockeys you probably thought went on to get a real job. Well, they're back.
Stereo, KDWB, AM St. Paul, Minneapolis, FM Richfield. Hi, how are you? I'm the True Don Bleu. It's 3 o'clock.
Join the party on KDWB this weekend and hear some radio you thought was gone forever. 35 years of playing the hits. KDWB.
I work in an office Monday through Friday. Then on Saturday morning, I start my other job, being a mom. It's the morning that I actually get to kiss my kids hello instead of goodbye. And one by one, we wander out to the kitchen to discuss the day's game plan over a plate of Bisquick pancakes. Everyone plays a part in making the breakfast. Our kitchen is pretty small, but our moves have been well choreographed through weekends of practice. My son cracks the eggs, my husband cracks the jokes, I set the table, and my daughter reads our horoscopes to us. Our Bisquick pancakes are always light and fluffy, and my husband's jokes always go over like lead balloons. And somehow I am always the one stuck with the breakfast dishes. But I really wouldn't have it any other way. Those Bisquick pancake breakfasts are something my kids look forward to, and something they'll have to look back on.
Bisquick pancakes, a tradition in the making.
Hi, this is Adrienne Bowles in Hollywood. You've heard about the heat generated over the steamy love scenes in the upcoming film Jason's Lyric. I recently caught up with one of the stars from Jason's Lyric, Eddie Griffin, to ask him about the film. Tell me about the character you play.
His name is Rat, because in his mind, he always gets the cheese, if you know what I mean.
Jada Pinkett stars in the movie. What was it like to work with her?
That was a joy, just to sit back and watch that sexy little thing. That makes the whole movie worth going to see.
What do you think of the fact that Jason's Lyric is one of the first black love stories?
I think Hard Edge is burning itself out, in the community. Because there's been so many in the hood movies. Don't niggas go somewhere else? Didn't a nigga take a trip to Japan? I think the younger generation is ready to see relationships.
Jason's Lyric stars Alan Payne, Jada Pinkett, Bokeem Woodbine, Tret.
And then there's me, Eddie Griffin, because Griff is definitely in this movie.
In Hollywood, with Eddie Griffin, I'm Adrienne Bowles.
I'll let you do anything you want to do to me freaky. Just don't touch my hair.
Okay, Eddie.
If you want to talk to someone who's put some miles on a Saturn, talk to Todd Ramberg.
Driving's my job. I take Saturns to where they need to be. Someone wants a gold SL2 down in Bloomington and I have to take it from Brooklyn Park, I'd be the one to drive it there.
In a typical day, Todd gets to every Saturn store in town.
This is our downtown store. We're on 6th Street in Marquette, and we're conveniently located on the street level. We have a ramp, we validate parking. We make it as easy as a suburban dealership. Isn't it great we got a store downtown so more lawyers can buy Saturns?
Which Saturn does Todd recommend?
My favorite Saturn, I'd have to be 3914. That's a medium red SL2, 5-speed leather, fully loaded.
Stop by Saturn of Brooklyn Park, Saturn of Bloomington, or Saturn of Minneapolis downtown. And if you don't see the Saturn you're looking for, Todd will bring it right over.
I honestly like what I do. I really do.
Chances are there exists some sort of heirloom piece that your great-great-grandmother made. A special one-of-a-kind keepsake the whole family fights over like hungry dogs on a steak. Now, had she been a bit more productive, there would be enough heirlooms to go around, which is why you should go to the Great Craft Sack Sale at Frank's Nursery and Crafts, where overnight you can become a virtual heirloom factory. You see, the Craft Sack is a special shopping bag you can get at Frank's that'll save you 25% off every craft and floral item you can fit in the bag. Savings like that will inspire you to produce craft project after craft project for relatives, friends, neighbors, even total strangers. With 25% off Frank's already low prices on dried and silk flowers, beads, baskets, ribbon, paints, and more, you can produce enough heirlooms to last for generations. And when your descendants make the inevitable comparison between you and your great-great-grandmother, she'll, of course, come off looking like a regular lollygagger.
The 25% off Craft Sack sale ends today at Frank's, where beautiful things begin.
You know that Levitt sale you told me about yesterday?
Levitt's 28-hour sale?
I missed it. I had unexpected guests.
You didn't miss it. Go today, Saturday from 10 to 9, or Sunday from noon to 6.
But it won't be a 28-hour sale anymore.
What's the difference? All regular prices will still be reduced 28% on everything in stock.
Levitt's will still give me 28% off everything?
Everything. And they'll still let you pay no money down and make no payments until January 1995. And no finance charges if you pay it off by the January due date.
So even though it wasn't Levitt's fault that I missed all day yesterday, they're still going to give me 28% off?
Of course.
Oh, that's nice of them.
Yes, but you do have to hurry in today or tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
You'll love it at Levitt's.
18% APR, minimum 50 cents. Finance charge will accrue, but account will be credited if paid by the January due date.
Barry McKenna, KDWB.
Wow, I don't even remember that. How you doing? True Don Bleu and Chuck Buell and Barry McKenna back again, celebrating 35 years of radio history at KDWB on the weekend. Oh, yeah. Help me now.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway. Looking for adventure. And whatever comes our way. Yeah, darling, go make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of your guns at once and explode into space. I like smoking lightning. Heavy metal thunder. Racing with the wind. And the feeling that I'm under. Yeah, darling, go make it happen. Take the world in a love embrace. Fire all of your guns at once and explode into space. Like a true nature's child, we were born to be wild. We can climb so high, I never wanna die. Born to be wild. Born to be wild. Get your motor running. Head out on the highway. Looking for adventure. And whatever comes our way. Yeah, darling, go make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of your guns at once and explode into space. Like a true nature's child. We were born to be wild. We can climb so high. I never wanna die. Born to be wild. Born to be wild.
Thanks for listening to KDWB. I'm Barry McKenna. Stick around. Loads of great names from the past and present coming up.
Sugar. Oh, honey, honey. You are my candy girl. And you got me wanting you. Honey. Oh, sugar, sugar. You are my candy girl. And you got me wanting you. I just can't believe the loveliness of loving you. I just can't believe it's true. a sunshine, pour your sweetness over me. Pour your sweetness over me. Oh, sugar, sugar on me, honey. Pour little sugar on me, baby. Make your life so sweet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pour little sugar on me. Oh, yeah. Pour little sugar on me, honey. Pour little sugar on me, baby. I'm gonna make your life so sweet. Yeah, yeah. Pour little sugar on me, honey. Ah, sugar. Honey, honey. You are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. Oh, honey, honey, sugar, 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 honey, sugar, you got my candy
Celebrating 35 years of radio history, Barry McKenna and friends at KDWB. I got to say hi real quick here to my daughter Tiffany, who's working on Negan at 1 hour Martinizing with her friends. She's probably the best KDWB listener there is in the Twin Cities right now. And Tom Gary, by the way, she wants about 5 T-shirts. Okay, KDWB, hi.
Hi, Barry.
Hi.
This is Scott Hansen. How you doing?
Scott, how are you doing, man?
Fine, thanks.
Good to talk to you. Does it sound?
Where did McKenna come from? A movie called McKenna's Gold or something?
No, actually, I spelled it McKinna back then, and it was my my wife's mother's maiden name twice removed or something. I can't remember, something like that. So it's good to talk to you.
Yeah,
does the station
get together today? Huh?
The station sounds a little bit different, maybe, huh?
Love it.
Okay.
Yeah, folks out there in Radio Land, I just want to tell you, if it wasn't for Barry, I wouldn't be at radio.
Oh yeah? Where are you right now, Scotty? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm listening to you guys. just having a good day.
Well, I'm glad you've got a good position. All right, KDWB.
Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again, y'all. Look out. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Listen to me. I despise. 'Cause it means destruction of innocent lives. War means tears to thousands of mothers die when their sons go off to fight and lose their lives. I said war. Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Get said again. War. Lord. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Listen to me. War. It ain't nothing but a heartbreak. War. Friend only to the undertaker. Oh, war is an enemy to all things. The thought of war blows my mind. War has caused unrest within the younger generation. Induction, then destruction. Who wants to die? Oh, war. Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Said. War. Oh, yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Listen to me. War. It ain't nothing but a heartbreaker. War. Got one friend, that's the undertaker. Oh, war has shattered many young men's dreams. Made him disabled, bitter and mean. Life is much too short and precious. It's been fighting wars each day. War can't give life, it can only take it away. Oh, war. Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. War.
93 to 101.3. Celebrating 35 years of playing the hit. KDWB FM, Richfield, St. Paul, Minneapolis.
It's 12 high noon, and it's great to be back. KDWB. Chuck Buell, you got it all. And with all the great hits that we're remembering, I mean, you put 35 years into this one weekend. It's almost too much to take. Remember this? How can you forget? Jackson 5, and I Want You Back. KDWB, Don Bleu, Barry McKenna, Chuck Buell, the Zombies. Oh, wait a second. That didn't come out exactly the way I wanted to do, did it?
It's the time of the season when love runs high. In this time, give it to me easy and let me try with pleasure.